Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, Saka here, and welcome back to another episode of Kingdom Come Deliverance. And when we last left off, we came back from our pilgrimage to find that Johanka has been taken for heresy. So now we have to talk to the Inquisitor, which I imagine is going to be up there if I had to make a guess. But we're here at the Sasau Monastery looking for Inquisitor Joe, or whatever his name is. Hopefully this book that the brother gave us would be fruitful, because I think this is the guy. Hello, Inquisitor Yaroslav.
Sir, I am
Henry of Skalitz, from the garrison of the Royal Hetman.
And you are checkerboard pattern
I've
face.
heard a lot about you, my son. I'm pleased to meet you.
All right, let's see. How come you're interested in me?
Bishop Yaroslav. Sir, my lord, to what do I owe your interest in my humble self?
I was told
Butter
you
him up.
survived the massacre in Skalitz and warned the Townburg garrison. You tracked down the raiders of a stud farm in Neuhof, wasn't it?
Holy
Their
crap, this
hideout
guy
in the
knows
woods.
everything about me.
And then you led Sir Radzig and his armed company there and joined bravely in the skirmish, and even killed their notorious leader by your own hand.
Which
And
I
believe
repented
you have
for.
many other deeds to your name. That's quite remarkable, considering your age, is it not?
Yeah, you're too kind, sir.
You're too kind, Monsignor. I'm just trying to do what's right and what's needed.
Quite rightly, too, my son. I expect we'll be hearing more about you.
Oh yeah,
But
especially when I
assume you
break
didn't come
Johanka
here
out
to
of
exchange
jail.
Pleasantries. Or am I mistaken?
I'm here about the girl,
No,
sir.
Monsignor, you're quite right. I'm here about Johanka.
Naturally. I'd be quite surprised if it were otherwise. So, tell me what's on your mind.
All right, so first of all, how did you hear
How did
about
you find
her?
out about Johanka?
I imagine it
Word
was
came
pretty
to me
easy.
what was happening here. That some young girl was claiming to speak for the Blessed Virgin. I traveled here immediately, as my duty demanded, and observed events in Sasau incognito, in order to examine the matter at first hand.
So you
I
saw
see.
how awesome she was. And why did you have her
Why
in
did you have
prison,
her
sir?
imprisoned?
Because she broke the promise she made to me, and persisted in actions
Oh.
that bear the signs of heresy.
She made a promise, huh? She didn't tell me about that. Okay, so what happens
And
now?
what will happen to Johanka now?
I must weigh the gravity of her transgressions and investigate these alleged visions of hers. I consider it very improbable that she is indeed being visited by the Blessed Virgin. Nevertheless, I cannot at this time rule it out entirely.
So you're not like one of those Spanish types that just goes in and starts stabbing people, huh? All right, when will you decide,
When
sir?
will you decide, Monsignor?
As soon as I am fully informed of the facts, although it seems the matter is a little more complicated than I first thought. I will call Johanka and the witnesses, question them, and then pronounce a verdict.
All right, our speech skill is, let's see, will anyone defend her?
And will there be anyone there to defend Johanka?
Do you doubt my judgment?
I would never be so bold, sir. But surely it would be only just that someone should speak for Johanka about all her good deeds and so forth.
Naturally, I will also question those who would speak in her defense. Since you are interceding, I expect you have someone in mind?
Yes.
How about me? Yeah, that's what I
Actually,
thought.
me.
We're going to have to
As
get our
I
wordplay on.
surmised. But this matter does not directly concern you. Why should I allow you to appear before the court?
All right, it is my Christian duty, good
Johanka
sir.
is my neighbor, and I have a Christian duty to come to her aid. I can't just stand by and do nothing.
I have to concur with you on that. Your concern seems sincere, so I will grant your request. Very well. You will defend Johanka. You
All
may
right,
speak in her
defense.
defense if you so wish. You may also bring witnesses.
So we need to
I
go
will
corral up
question
some
any such
witnesses.
witnesses. And naturally, I shall question Johanka too.
Thank you, Monsignor.
Yahanku?
In that case, I'll need to speak to Johanka first.
That won't be possible. It's forbidden by the Inquisition procedure.
Can't
Until
feed
the
her any
entire
information.
matter is resolved, Johanka can speak only to me and no one else.
All right, so I shall remain silent on that.
I would like to expedite the matter. The trial will take place in Sasau Church in 3 days' time at the latest. Come and let me know when you're ready to proceed. In the meantime, I will continue my investigation.
Very well.
All right, so we got 3 days to corral
I
up
better get
some
on with
good
it then, sir.
people.
Farewell.
Before you go, you know Johanka longer than anyone else. You spent a lot of time with her, as I've discovered. Tell me, my son, truthfully, what do you think of this whole affair?
Let's see. Well, she is concerned about Matthias. She has mentioned that, so it's not a bold-faced
She's worried
lie.
about Matthias. He's from Skalitz too, and she's very fond of him. But he was wounded in a raid on Merhoyed recently, and since then he's been lying in a fever. Johanka believes that if she does what the Blessed Virgin wants of her, Matthias might be healed.
Interesting. Anything else?
All right, she helps people.
Johanka helped a lot of people. She worked her fingers to the bone helping Brother Nicodemus with the sick and injured.
That is certainly commendable. What else can you tell me about her?
She's honest. Very honest.
Johanka is an honest girl, and virtuous. She's a good Christian, who attends church and thinks of others.
Good. Please continue.
I'm not going to stick my foot in my mouth with the Virgin Mary, because, I mean, who am I to tell him about what's up,
That's
so...
about all I can tell you.
You speak of her as if she should be beatified.
Beatified.
I find it hard to believe she's as saintly as all that. I have a feeling you're hiding something from me.
Well, it's your job. Okay, fine. She doesn't treat everyone the
Maybe.
same.
She didn't treat everyone equally. She took better care of her former Skalitz neighbors than of the other patients.
Heck, I don't know if she
It's
did or not,
understandable,
but...
yes. Some people are dearer to her than others, but whether by doing so she sinned. Anything else, Henry?
All right, she's just simple.
Well, before, in Skalitz, Johanka was sort of, well, just a simple village
He's going to
girl.
use my words
I never
against me,
imagined
isn't
I'd
he?
hear her talking the way she does now. She's completely transformed.
Yeah, that's my
A
point.
simple village girl. I see. Do continue.
All right, now that's all.
That's about all I can tell you.
Thank you, my son.
Yeah, I'm not going to go
One
off
more
on the
thing
whole
before
Virgin
you
Mary
go.
thing. That's his
Let
job.
me remind you that it's your Christian duty to report anything suspicious going on concerning the church and the true faith, if you're aware of anything of the sort in these parts. If you prove yourself a commendable servant of the church, I would also take that into account in judging Johanka's case.
All right, Monsignor. I'll bear that in mind.
Bye.
All right, when we are prepared for the trial, go to the Inquisitor. So we've got a bunch of quest markers that popped up. Sir Sebastian, Bailiff Heshik, Father Fabian, Brother Nicodemus. Well, he'll be easy. He's just down here. Brother Nicodemus, wherefore art thou, good sir? We need you to give some testimony here. Holy crap, a lot of the testimony. Where in the world is Nicodemus's little hole? Oh, he was over here, wasn't he? Okay, yeah. So Nicodemus was over here. I need you to testify. Well, I
Brother
have a
Nicodemus.
word with you.
You've heard something?
The Inquisitor has decided that Johanka will be tried, but he's agreed that I can defend her.
That's really quite unusual. It must mean he hasn't come to a clear conclusion yet.
Nope,
Yes.
he's clueless.
I'll get her out of it.
I'm afraid it may not be that easy. The thing is, I expect Johanka will say the same things before the court that she's been preaching.
What are you saying?
Well, I've been thinking about what she's been saying, and it seems to me her preaching has a certain progression. Are you acquainted with the notion of the three orders of man?
Not a bit.
Not really, no.
It's like this. It's said that everyone has their God-given place and purpose on earth. Laboratores, oratores, and bellatores. Those who work, those who pray, and those who fight. The common folk are born to work, to reap the fruits of the earth, and to obey the laws of God and man.
So that's
It is
Johanka
the
then.
purpose of the nobles to protect the people and the church against all dangers, and to maintain peace and justice on earth.
And that's my
And
dad.
the church, in turn, has the task of caring for the spiritual welfare of all, ensuring the salvation of their souls, and bringing solace to the people in times of hardship, so that
Okay.
they can endure their earthly trials and enter the kingdom of heaven.
But what's all that got to do with Johanka?
Yeah, that's what I was
Well,
wondering.
I noticed in her first sermon she primarily addressed the concerns of the common folk, and in the second, she criticized the nobility.
So the church is going to be her final sermon? All right, I see where you're going.
So you think she might start talking about the church?
Yes, I'm afraid she might. I dread to think how that might end up.
Yeah, not
Henry,
too
you
well.
must warn
I've
her
played
against
Crusader
that.
Kings.
She must show humility before the Inquisitor, and the wisest course would be to admit to being wrong. She's rather stubborn, but perhaps she'll listen to you.
But the Inquisitor said no one's allowed to see her.
Yeah, that's the next
No one
point.
except the Inquisitor's own men. You'll just have to think something up. I'm afraid Johanka's fate is mainly in your hands now. I'm relying on you. Good luck to you.
All right, so that was try to persuade Johanka to speak with humility. All right, so I guess that one was done. I mean, we got all these people around Sasau to question, but it looks like Brother Nicodemus is done. So we got that done. Or wait, he's marker F. Okay, so what is... Yeah, Brother Nicodemus's testimony. Can, oh yeah, the testimony.
Witnesses can be summoned for Johanka's trial. So I wanted to ask you if you'd give a testimony. Maybe some learned speech in her defense?
I'd be glad to do it. Johanka deserves my help. Such testimonies could carry a lot of weight. You should try and get as many as you can.
Oh, that's my goal. Awesome. So that's one. We got Brother Nicodemus. Oh, a sickly person in here. The Insomniac? No. Oh, Adela. That's right.
Adela, the Inquisitor is going to try Johanka in court.
Oh, Lord. I hope she's acquitted. I was absolutely devastated when they took her away.
Well, here's your
I need
chance to
people
help.
speak in her defense, and I'd like to ask you to do it.
I don't want to go there. Really. I'm afraid of that Inquisitor. But you helped me, and so did Johanka. It's only right that I should try and help her. But what am I supposed to say there? I'm just a simple village girl. I don't know anything about these things.
That doesn't matter. You just be yourself. It should be enough to talk about all the good Johanka does here, and how she helps others.
Remember,
I'll
she's
send for you
awesome.
if you're needed.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
All right, so that is Bath Wench, Adela. And they call her Bath Wench, too. All right, so next up, looks like we've got one up north here. That will be the Sir Sebastian. Now, I don't know exactly how Sir Sebastian feels about Johanka, but every little bit helps, and this is the marker that we're nearest by. If Sir Sebastian will lend a hand, then more power to us, but I actually don't think he will, unless we maybe grease the palms a little bit. I'm going in, please. All right, are you Sir Sebastian? No, you're the custodian scribe. I imagine you are upstairs, if I had to make a guess. I imagine, let's see, were you Lazy Bones or were you up here? Yeah, there you are. Sebastian von Berg. I have a favor to ask. Mr. Mustache?
I need something from you, sir. I suppose you heard that Johanka was locked up by the Inquisitor.
I guess I should have brought
and is
back that
facing
letter,
charges
huh?
of heresy.
I did, and it's most disturbing news.
You want to
What
help
you
her
might
out?
not know is that he's agreed that I can defend her at the trial.
You? Do you even know what to say?
Oh, yeah. I'm a master.
Sure I know. It'll turn out just fine. Trust me. But I need you to testify at the court. In Johanka's defense, of course.
Or are you
Naturally.
gonna...
You don't think I could just sit here and do nothing?
Nice. He's
Besides,
actually sticking his neck
the
out.
bishop has already insisted that I appear before the court.
Oh. All right.
Oh, that makes it easy.
One moment. I apologize if I was a little hasty.
Ah,
This
no
whole
worries,
affair has
Mustache.
left me anxious. I appreciate that you want to defend her. However, I don't think it would have any effect.
Well, we gotta try,
no
though.
offense, but I don't think you'll be able to achieve anything in court. I'm afraid the Inquisitor will judge as he sees fit, whatever anyone says.
Yeah,
But
that's
I
the
have
problem.
An idea how you could help.
Oh? How's that?
You need to do a
Flee.
quest for me.
With Johanka, of course.
No, we're not. That's not a good idea.
No, I don't think that's a good idea. I'm sure Johanka will be acquitted by the court and everything will be all right. Running would just confirm the Inquisitor's suspicions.
Exactly.
She'd always be looking over her shoulder.
She couldn't do anything.
I don't agree. As I said, I don't believe you can affect the outcome of the court. If Johanka flees, yes, she'll have to lie low for a while. But in time, it will all blow over.
I don't
You can
think
take her
witchcraft
anywhere,
just blows
as
over.
long as it's far enough from here. A girl like that will always find her feet. She can easily hide out somewhere where she's not known. Maybe there could even be a place for her on my estate. Think about it. But whatever you decide, if Johanka comes to any harm, you'll have me to answer to.
Well, why don't you break her out then?
Very fond of her, and her of me, and I don't want anything to happen to her, understand? But if everything ends well, I'll show you my gratitude, I assure you.
All right, so here's the
I
dead
found
soldier's
this
document.
in the woods by Sasau. Careful, it's a bit bloody.
Don't tell me those fools got themselves.
Yeah,
What the hell with
unfortunately.
it? And did you come across any cumans?
Yep,
Yes.
I stabbed him.
They're finished.
There now. It's not such a fuck-up after all. Here's some money for you.
Oh, nice.
It was supposed to be for those idiots, but it seems they asked for 100 groschen more than they deserved. Take care.
$325 just for stopping in. Outstanding. So that is the custodian done. I'll go ahead and head to the next quest marker just further south. I will be right back. All right, next stop is the inn, and we have the Pavel of Kolin to convince to come
Goodman
to
Pavel,
Johanka's
you're
aid.
still here. That's a relief. I was afraid I'd miss you.
Yes, still here, but not for long. I had
Oh,
some
no,
business
no.
to deal with, but now that's out of the way and I'm getting ready to leave.
No
What was it
time
you
for that.
wanted?
You need to defend her.
You might have heard that Johanka was arrested by the Inquisitor and is facing trial.
Indeed, word has reached me. Poor girl.
You can
I'd
help.
like to ask you to speak to the court in Johanka's defense.
Of course, Henry. You have my word. And the word of a burgher of Colleen ought to mean something. But to speak in defense of someone accused of heresy is no small matter. What do you want me to say?
Just
The same
be
thing
yourself.
You told me. That it was a sacred sign that you happened to be nearby when Johanka was speaking, and so on.
And so on and all that other stuff.
I'll tell the bishop that. You can rest assured.
Thank you very much. Please wait here a few more days for the court to convene, then I'll send for you.
All right. For Johanka's sake, I'll wait.
Thank you, Pointy Hat. So that is Pavel of Kolin's testimony. Now we just need to head into Sasau proper and get the last few, so I will be right back. All right, we got a few more people here in town. They're all in the nearby area, and I imagine these are going to be people that saw Johanka preach the very first time. I doubt this girl will want to help me, though, after her whole husband deal, but it's
God
worth a
preserve
shot.
you. Good night.
Yes, you can.
Can I do something for you?
Johanka's trial.
I need your help with something. I'm sure you've heard. Johanka was locked up by the Inquisitor.
Who hasn't? The whole of Sasau is talking about it. And the Inquisitor was asking around about her.
I'd like
Yeah.
to ask you to appear before the court and say something in Johanka's defense.
I understand, but you'll have to forgive me.
Yeah, I didn't
don't
help
want to show
out.
my face there. Never mind speak for Johanka. I wouldn't want people to associate me with her. What with her being a heretic? See?
Oh, so you
People and
think
their evil tongues.
you
Well, I
think she's a
understand.
heretic?
It's a tricky business. I won't push you.
I was gonna say I could pay her a little bit, but that's not gonna work. But you know that's just the way the cookie crumbles. We got more people who we can convince. Hopefully these guys will step up and do the right thing. How about oh, the bailiff? Yeah, we helped out the bailiff.
Master Bailiff, Inquisitor Yaroslav is going to try Johanka.
I know. He was here asking questions, too.
Oh? What did he want to know?
Various
What is your
things,
name?
Like how things are here, whether people are honest, whether we observe the fest days, and so forth. And then he asked about Johanka, about what she preaches, whether people come to listen to her and that.
Yeah.
He's been talking to a lot of other people in Sasau, too. I even heard that Katra, the swordsmith's wife, invited him to dine with them.
That's interesting. Thanks for telling me.
But will you go to trial?
Was he just asking questions, or does he want you to testify before the court?
Yes, he did ask me to testify, and I'm none too happy about it.
I see. And what are you going to say about her?
It depends what I'm asked. But there's not much I can say. I don't know
Yeah,
Johanka
so we
very
need
well.
a lot of
She
people
seems
who will
virtuous
speak
and
on her behalf.
self-sacrificing to me. She's never done anything wrong, and no
She's
one
never
here
done-
ever had a cross word
Don't-
to say about her. Until recently. Maybe some gossip about her and Sir Sebastian. But I've heard similar talk about half the women folk here.
She's helped a lot of people
Johanka
here.
has helped a lot of people here, selflessly. Her heart is in the right place.
True. But then there's that preaching of hers. Folk have been falling out. They're split according to whether they believe Johanka or not. I don't know quite what to think of it myself. But I don't want to jump to conclusions. I'll wait and see what the learned bishop has to say.
Yeah, as a bailiff, that's probably the best thing. Ooh.
Couldn't you add something good to your testimony for Johanka? I would, show my gratitude substantially.
Are you trying to bribe me, boy?
What? Are you trying to bribe me to commit perjury? The Inquisitor will hear how you're going about defending Johanka.
No, you misunderstood me.
Good lord, no. I wouldn't dream of it. I expressed myself badly, that's all. What I was trying to say, rather clumsily, is that I'd be very
Good
glad
catch,
if you
Henry.
were to speak on Johanka's behalf. Because she really deserves it.
Well, I'll overlook your clumsiness then.
Thank you.
Yeah, that
Master
could have been
Bailiff.
bad. Note to self, don't try to bribe law enforcement. Got it. All right, next up. Oh, all right. I was going to say the guard, but no, he's right here, Father Fabian.
Father, the Inquisitor has had Johanka thrown in jail.
I know, son.
He's
And what are you going to do about it?
Rightly so. It's about time this whole
Let me
matter-
guess, you want her burned at the stake.
What do you think about it then?
As I say, it's a good thing that the matter is being investigated. The things Johanka has been preaching are, to say the least, disturbing. Who knows what these dreams are that she speaks of? And her words are only putting ideas in people's heads and leading them astray. Now, instead of going to church, as they should, they go to her in the false belief.
Now,
that
I'm
they
sure
will
she
find
didn't say
solace.
don't go to
It's
church.
creating a chasm between the people and the church and leading them away from the true teaching left to us by Christ. They're misguided and swamped in heretical ideas.
Maybe I can change this guy's mind. She's no heretic.
Johanka is no heretic. She's a good, kind girl who's only trying to do the right thing. I'll defend her.
Suit yourself. But mind you don't get ensnared in her fallacies, and leave it to the bishop to judge the matter.
Of course.
Take care.
All right, so that's Father Fabian taken care of. All right, next up on the docket, through here, it looks like? Question mark? Oh, who's, are we trespassing? Oh, that's Johanka. And, that's not good. We shouldn't be talking to her. Try to persuade Johanka to speak with humility. All right, so we'll do that. Hey, Johanka. I'm here to not bust you out of jail, but I'm going to need you to not
off.
do.
No one's allowed to talk to Johanka.
All right, so we're
Bishop
probably going to have to
Yaroslav's
come
orders.
back at night, I imagine. And if I pay, there's bad reputation and all that other stuff.
I
Yeah.
apologize. I didn't know that. I'll be going.
We're going to have to do
Go
this
then.
the old sneaky
Don't come
fashion
sneaking
way.
around here again.
Come back at night, perhaps, when these guards aren't here. Or maybe I can cause a commotion to lure them away? But either way, that's going to be interesting to get a hold of. Last but not least, we have Katra, the swordsmith's wife. Maybe we can learn something unique about that. Come here, Shadowmere. It's time to ride. All right, let's get up to the swordsmith's wife, and I'll see you in a moment. Knock, knock. I'm coming in. Swordsmith's wife, Katra.
I'm here about
So hear
Johanka.
about the trial.
You're
Perhaps
that fella
this is a
Hess,
new-
are you? What do you want?
No. I'm just a friend of hers. Matthias is her, fella.
Oh, is he now?
God knows how many she has.
I heard
gonna
you
have to
invited
convince her
Bishop
otherwise.
Yaroslav to come and dine with you.
Yes, so what? Bishop Yaroslav is an esteemed visitor to Sasau, and it's only fitting he should be suitably hosted by devout burghers.
Yeah, that's fine. So, what'd you talk about?
What we discussed with the Monsignor is none of your business.
So what do you have against
What have you
Johanka
got
then?
against Johanka?
Nothing. The question is, what has she got against us? Tell me that.
What?
She's trying to help you.
She turns up here and tries to tell us how to live our lives. Says the Virgin Mary whispers to her in the night. Yeah, I'm sure. To a simple village wench. I'd like to know who's really putting those ideas in her head.
Ooh, with that
She's
hip.
just getting people all worked up. Men, especially. Coming around here with her nonsense. Sasau is a decent, orderly place, I'll have you know. We don't want any trouble here. All this talk about hellfire and the end of the world. God have mercy. No one is interested in what she has to
Well,
say.
I wouldn't say no
All they
one.
want
She
is
did have
some
quite a
spectacle.
group of people.
She ought to have thought twice before she started. Not that she wasn't warned.
Yeah, so, warned
What do you mean,
how?
warned?
As I said, she was told.
Yeah, what are you implying?
Damn it, woman, tell me what you meant by that.
I didn't mean anything by it.
Out with it!
If you must know, some of the fellas want to have it out with her and tell her to stop. No one wants her speeches here. But would she listen? No. The devil possessed her to bring harm to us.
So it was you who sent those men?
Oh,
All I
nice.
wanted was to protect the Sasau folk against her poisonous tongue. And I'll do just that. The
So
Monsignor
you are our
asked me
public
to
enemy
testify
number
in court.
one.
And
Be a shame
I
if
will
something
tell
were to happen to
everything I know
you.
there.
And I'll do likewise. Farewell.
Go. Goodbye.
All right, so that is that. So Katra, the swordsmith's wife, has something to say. I imagine what I'll do is I'll rent a room over here at the inn, and I'll wait until nightfall and see if I can go sneaking to the jail cell and convince Johanka not to talk about the church. And if I can't get in there, I'll just see you in the next day and hope that Johanka doesn't blab her mouth. But I think we've got a game plan here, so I will be right back. All right, here on the inside where Johanka is being kept, let's peekaboo in and see if there are any guards. Yeah, there are. There's one guard there. Can I get him to come out in some way? Nope, there's another guard right there. Man, I wish they would go to bed. I don't know if this is going to work.
Who are you?
No, my light is here. No worries, I have a torch. Don't worry about a thing. Good, sir. Yeah, this is going to be very difficult. Hey, Shadowmere. This is going to be very difficult if those guys are going to stay right there. Maybe I can talk to him? Hey,
I want to talk about Johanka.
All right.
all right. I really don't want to pay, but we can try it.
I'm sure the bishop wouldn't mind if you had to go and answer a call of nature. And if it were a nice long call, there'd be a few groschen in it for you.
Don't even try it. I'm warning you.
Yeah, that's what I thought. We can come to
on
some
now.
arrangement.
Just between the two of us. Johanka is my friend. She has no one else but me.
Nice.
The Inquisitor will surely take her away, and I'll never see her again. I just want to say goodbye to her before she disappears forever. What would you do in my place?
Well, since you put it that way, but I'd be taking a big risk, disobeying the bishop's orders. You'd have my head for it.
Just give me 5 minutes. I don't expect you to do it for nothing.
I wouldn't expect you to put yourself at risk without a reward.
And as a matter of fact, there's 345.
All right.
Max it out.
Go on then, but make it quick, eh?
For sure.
Yes, will do.
Thanks a lot. I owe you.
Sure.
Sweet. Now off you go. Or, okay, we can... Okay, so we can talk to her. Outstanding.
Johanka, are you alright?
Yes, Henry. I'm fine. I'm glad to see you.
You too. But another thing, don't talk about the church.
I know. It's all in God's hands now.
No, it's not. I mean, it is, of course. But the bishop has allowed me to defend
Henry,
you.
we need to clean
You
up.
want to defend me? Thank you. Henry, that's very kind of you. But you needn't bother. Our Lady won't let anything bad happen.
Well, I'm
to me.
here because of
I
Our
am her
Lady, so...
instrument, and I'm completely in her hands. Everything that's happening is her sacred will.
But I won't stand by with my arms folded. You need someone to testify for you. As I said...
Man, Henry's looking
I will
rough.
defend you.
If you insist. Maybe it's the will of the Virgin that you came to me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So be it then.
All right, so I did the pilgrimage.
I went to Ujits, like you asked.
That's good, Henry. I hope you purged yourself of your sins.
I did the pilgrimage of penance, like you said. And in the church, I begged the Virgin Mary for forgiveness.
And she will bless you, Henry. You're a good man. Remember that. And don't stray into wrongdoing again.
I won't.
I made a donation to the church, too. And the parish priest there, Father Godwin, he was asking about you.
Was he? Well, what did you tell him?
Oh, just about everything that's going on and the things you were saying. He was quite moved by it, to tell the truth.
Yes, indeed.
He even gave me some writings.
You see? Maybe Our Lady is giving you a sign, too.
All right, and what did the bishop talk to you about?
What did Bishop Yaroslav ask you about?
All sorts of things. Like how the Virgin Mary visits me, what she shows me, and about preaching to the people. Actually, he was really quite pleasant. He asked me about scallops.
It's the good cop, bad cop.
Whether I go to church, and a lot of other things. And in the end, he told me I mustn't speak in public again about the visitations and that. But I couldn't obey an order like that. The Blessed Virgin is testing me, and I have to do what she asks, no matter who or what stands in the way.
But I don't think she would want you killed.
No. He came there with his men, dispersed the people, and had me arrested and locked up here.
All right, so about that trial.
Yes, the trial.
You can't speak about the church.
I'll get some people who will testify for you in court. But Brother Nicodemus is worried you'll say things that will make the Inquisitor angry. Please don't do that. You have to talk to him respectfully, answer his questions with humility, and not say anything to annoy him. And don't say anything against the church or priests. Please.
I'll say only what the Blessed Virgin wants me to say.
Please listen to me.
Johanka, please. You mustn't say anything against him or the church. Be contrite. Maybe even admit you might have been wrong about some things. I don't think the Inquisitor is so bad. If you submit to him, he'll drop the charges.
I can't do that, Henry.
You too now. You're speaking exactly the same as his assistant. The two of you joined forces against me, did you?
I've nothing to do with him. I didn't even know he was here. Believe me, I'm really trying to help you.
You don't believe me anymore, do you?
Nor.
I do, Johanka, I believe you. But in court, you must speak reasonably, prudently. A lot depends on it. Maybe even your life.
I appreciate your concern for me, Henry, really, I do. But you must understand. I can't deny that the Virgin Mary visits me, or what she wants to tell us. Not now. After everything that's happened, I can't. Otherwise...
Okay, so if you want to play old Joan of Arc and burn at the stake, that's on you.
What's good for you. Surely you don't want to be convicted of heresy. That won't do anyone any good. Neither you nor Matthias.
I've already told you. Everything is in the hands of the Blessed Virgin. I will accept with humility the fate she grants me.
Oh, Sakra. This is going to be a right mess.
Yeah, it is. Okay. Well, suit yourself then. I'm out of here. Good luck. I'll see you at the trial. And, yeah, Brother Nicodemus is not going to be too happy. But I'll go ahead and sleep until the morning, and we will get Brother Nicodemus's approach on all this. Shadowmere. There you are, buddy. So I'll get some sleep, and I will see you in the morning. All right, riding up to Brother Nicodemus, as long as Shadowmere doesn't try to get us killed. I imagine this is going to turn into a, well, you have to go get this, that, and the other to convince Johanka not to do this, and yeah, it's going to be a big rigmarole, that is for sure. Unless he's going to have us do something else, but yeah, it didn't go so well, Brother Nicodemus.
I spoke to Johanka.
And did you manage to convince her?
Not a bit.
Not. She's stubborn. She says she answers only to the Blessed Virgin.
Oh dear, Henry. That's not good at all.
Oh, I know
What about
it's
her
not.
family? Doesn't she have a relative she might listen to?
No. None of them survived the raid on Skalitz.
She has no one at all left in the world? Poor child.
All right, so, yeah. Try to persuade Johanka to speak with humility. Again? Well, I'm not sure.
What actually happened here?
Johanka told me you went to Auschwitz?
Yes.
What's that got to do with anything?
The Inquisitor showed up here not long after you left.
It was almost like it was a quest
Apparently he
trigger.
heard about Johanka's preaching somehow. He even observed one of her sermons outside the town in disguise. He had her brought to him and spent a long time trying to discourage her from what she was doing. But then she went out again to preach about her visions outside
That's
of town.
why she wanted
But
to leave.
Before she even
Okay.
started, the Inquisitor turned up with Fabian and the guards. He said Johanka had ignored his outright ban, and he had her taken away. Then he warned the people there that Johanka was spreading heresy and undermining the church's authority, and forbade them to listen to her.
All right, I don't like the sound of
Sounds
that.
pretty serious.
It is. I'm afraid it could be very serious indeed.
All right, so, looks like we're trapped between a rock and a hard place. So we've tried to convince Johanka to speak with humility. That didn't work. We got a few other people to testify on her behalf. And I don't think Johanka is going to change her mind. So in the next episode, we will kick off the trial and see what happens to Johanka. But that will do it for me. Like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I will see you in the next Kingdom Come Deliverance video. Take care.